Monad Airdrop going live, Binance Smart Chain ecosystem absolutely dominating, Solana ecosystem updates, and so much more. Let's get started. So, by the time you're watching this video, the claims will have already gone live. There was no checker. The claim portal opens at 1300 UTC on October 14th. So, yeah. Also, another one that is for, but written with letters, it's ticker form, and is basically a Binance Smart Chain version of PumpFun. It is a token launchpad for meme coins, and while they're in a huge retracement at the moment, they did just launch the initiative to award $45 million to everybody who has traded meme coins on Binance Smart Chain over the last couple of weeks and months. That is currently around 160K users or addresses, and that is definitely going to be a nice stimmy check. And they do plan to be finished with this by November 2025. Last for Binance Smart Chain, Asterdex perpetual airdrop claims for season 2 is currently live, and if you farm this one, make sure to claim your allocations. And speaking of claims and Checker, boy, we have updates from Meteora for you. Checker goes live on Wednesday, so by the time you're watching this video, maybe it will have already arrived. And most importantly, there's going to be so many updates from them in the next week. So make sure to either join a private community to keep you updated or keep their socials on notifications on all the time. So first one, we have liquidity distributor NFT that is supposed to be one way to secure fees from Meteora platform. And it is probably going to be worthwhile trying to get into this one, not financial advice. And of course, do your own research when we have more information. But guys, imagine Meteora token airdrop. They are automatically putting it in liquidity pools. So people will just by default have a huge amount of fees printed from the token in theory, right? So having an NFT that's basically giving you this revenue should, in theory, be very, very, very good. Also, as we anticipated, there is a change in their tokenomics. 20% that was originally reserved for mercurial holders is going to be split up into 15% for mercurial holders and 5% for people affected by the FTX collapse who held the tokens at the exchange at the time. Of course, unfortunately, this does not increase the stimulus package going from 15% to anything higher, but at least the circulating supply is going to be slightly less at launch, which should, in theory, reduce selling pressure and increase price action to the positive. And finally, another metric that is very important, the fees generated during the weekend when there was a huge collapse in the market. Meteora has generated over 1 million in fees for every single day from October 14th to today. So that is definitely encouraging to see. Now let's jump into some super early alpha from Neutral Labs. They are basically a stablecoin insuring protocol where you will be able to gain yield on a very novel mechanic that, similarly to Ethena, uses delta neutral strategy for hedging, but primarily the yield is coming from the difference between what VCs paid for the tokens and what they're willing to get paid now. So essentially, they are getting the difference in the value from what the VCs and OTC dealers have secured for their allocations. Example, they would rather have 50x today than 100x in 6 months. So in 6 months, ideally, if everything goes according to plan and the bull market continues, the tokens that they purchased from them at a discount would be generating the yield for you in this platform. We will make a more comprehensive update if this actually takes off October 15th. But if you want a more detailed understanding of this, the 45-minute video that I will link up in the description, which is always alongside all the links we talk about in the video, first comment and first link in the description of the video, you can find out more in depth. So in theory, this yield would be much more amplified in bull markets where tokens actually appreciate in value, so price difference is bigger. However, they do short those same assets which are getting their unlocks. So maybe when bear market comes around, there will be a higher exposure to shorts rather than the token unlocks. Either way, there is a super speculative opportunity with wall-chain blocks. So why are we even talking about this? Well, Kaito NFT was going for about 10 ETH, which was roughly 100x on your capital. So literally all you had to do was input your wallet address by December 18th. It was ridiculous. So this is one of those 1 in 1,000 chances that probably not going to work, but it takes 5 seconds, so may as well do it. Wall-chain blocks is basically a TensionFi economy where you simply make some posts on X, you get your early Quaker badge, and hope for the best. You will need to go to your wallet here and add the Solana and EVM addresses. Maybe there's going to be some hot mint for this platform like it was for Kaito. Again, Super speculative, but it takes less than a minute to do it, so you may as well take the chance. And just keep in mind that the deadline for this is October 15th, 1 p.m. UTC. So ideally, you will have already done this by the time you're watching this video. Also, if you want to be updated to all this time-sensitive alpha in real time, there is no better place to be than a private community of DeFi veterans and airdrop hunters who do this for a living for quite a while. We're closing in on our third year, and of course, community is going strong, and we have all of these discussions shared daily across many different channels and ecosystems we are farming. If this is something that interests you, make sure to join the subscriptions tab, where you will find all the information in the first link of the description of every video, and you can choose your monthly or yearly plans as well as an airdrop tracking application to keep you organized. The NFT collection is finally migrating to Farmer's Bounty, and we are super proud and excited to continue on the promise of 10% a month every single month. Now, for everyone in the HyperEVM ecosystem, there is a new airdrop target, a very good DEX aggregator in Hyperflow. They're basically giving you the best route, and they have a points program. Also, you can pair it with Jumper because you're getting 50% point boost on Hyperflow. However, it is always recommended to both use the DApp on the platform itself alongside with multipliers. There is also a limit order here, which is the first time I've seen this in HyperEVM. So if there's another one, please let me know in the comments below. And on the topic of DEXs and DEX aggregators, there is one on Solana that seems to be flying a little bit under the radar called Titan Exchange. They have a points program, and they will always try to route you through the best limit or instant sell orders.
Hey guys, we partner with What Exchange, one of the greatest decentralized exchange right now in the market. I love that you can see everything on your screen at once. You can connect to What Exchange from different mainnets, and you can see here the list of hundreds of tokens. They are continuously adding more tokens each week. And What Exchange has an active airdrop. They are going to distribute 30% of the total supply, guys, into this airdrop. So that is why I am super bullish trading here too. You can see here the point section that they added recently, so you can check everything about your progress on this airdrop. And in trading, you can see how many order tokens you earn because they have this payback system from the fees that you pay. Part of that goes back to you on order tokens. So check the link on the description to join to What Exchange, trade on the platform, participate on the airdrop of the 30% of the supply, and also get some order tokens back. All the links are in the description.
And the third one that is actually launching a token on its platform on Wednesday called GlueX. You can find many different ecosystems for swaps here as well. Now, the reason we're mentioning this is because there is currently a jump permission also for the token that's being launched on that platform, and that is Lithos. Lithos is essentially a native DEX on Plasma, which will be the first one to integrate the 3.3 functionality, meaning all those vote escrows and token locks and APRs, emissions, TLDR, if Plasma does really well, and this is the first V3.3 DEX on the chain, then it's going to do incredibly well. Just think what happened with Velodrome on Optimism or Airdrome on Base, etc. Not financial advice, I'm not saying to ape into this, but definitely something to keep an eye out if Plasma recovers and actually picks up steam again. And to wrap up, the last jump permission that seems noteworthy is from Nansen. Nansen, of course, is one of the better airdrop targets, and at the moment, one of the best ways to actually farm it is to get their subscription. And you also can get a free green tier by simply going to the website, finishing some social tasks, and get the experience. If you have done so, you can also use the green tier to get 10 experience on your jumper to increase your loyalty pass ranking. Also, finally, there is a lot of perks you can get from the Nansen Pro subscription. They have made partnerships with Jumper, with CryptoRank. Of course, CryptoRank is amazing if you want to find out the funding a project has. So even a Pro membership is sometimes recommended. There's also partnerships with Blowfin where you get some extra perks if you use a centralized exchange, EtherFi, cashback card, and many others. You can feel free to look through the post and find something of note. And that is a wrap for all the topics for today. If you like the content, make sure to like and subscribe with bell notifications on. Any questions, comments, I'm waiting for you in the comment section below and in our Discord. Thanks for watching, and until next time, have an amazing day.